Second grade, week 23, plant parts. Teachers, we're going to make a little paper collage today of the plant and label the parts on it. So let me show you how to get started. What I have is a piece of construction paper right here. And we all know that, I'd love for everybody to have a blue background, but we can't do that because when you buy construction paper, it's not all one color. And you don't get very many pieces. So any color will do. So I'm going to start with a little stem. And I'm going to just cut my stem off of a piece of scrap green paper and have it ready. Then I'm going to tear my soil, and I'm just tearing it out of a piece of brown construction paper so that I know it fits on the bottom here. And I don't want my soil to be perfectly square, so that's why I tore it. So let me get some glue on it. And if we have to teach our kids to go dot, 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 then let's do that instead of making glue puddles. So first I need to put my stem down. So there's my stem. And then here's my soil. And then I'm going to show you, trying to keep in the camera, how to make this little background of that flower. I'm going to take and fold this piece of paper corner to corner right here and make a square out of this piece of paper. So then I'm going to cut this edge off right here, and I'm going to fold, trying to keep this down in the camera so you can see it. Fold, fold. So it's just several folds till you can't fold it anymore. And then I'm just going to take and make a little scallop right here. Twice if they can. I know this might be hard for the second grade to do. So I could come by, if you want me to, email me and I'll come by and make it with your class. So you have these ready when you get there. And you end up with this little scallop fold. So there's a base for my flower. I'm going to put a little glue on it. I don't want to glue it all the way down because this is kind of going to be three-dimensional here. So we have a little bit of the flower showing. And then we're going to take a cupcake holder. And I have markers. And what I'm going to do is make a pattern on my flower. The first thing I'm going to do is color the middle of it yellow. And the reason I'm doing that is almost all flowers are covered with yellow pollen. And I was going to tell the kids that the pattern that they're making is actually like a landing strip for butterflies and bees and other pollinators. So they can take their markers and make whatever design they want on the outside edge here. So I'm just quickly going to do some squiggles. I'm going to take a lot of your time. When that bug, bee, pollinator sees that pattern, it's actually like a landing strip to them of there's pollen in the middle. That's why a lot of flowers have patterns. So let the kids make whatever pattern they want. Then just to make this a little more roughly, I cut it. Now they can take a little more time than I am in this video. You can look at my model and see that I took my time cutting it. And I also, in second grade, I trimmed some edges because it gives it a little more dimension if you trim the edges of that. You can do it, there's no right or wrong here. Some of the girls will want to do that and some of the boys probably won't. So there's a cut edge, or they can leave it plain. And then I'm going to glue this in the middle of my big base of my flower that I made. I'm going to stick it down. And then I'm going to put a big glob of glue right in the middle, because not only is pollen found in that flower, but also the flower's making seeds. So I'm going to put a couple seeds in here. And these will all be on the table ready for the kids. Now the only thing I'm missing some leaves on my flower. So I have made a template at each table. They'll have a little leaf template. I'm going to trace that. And to save time, I'm just going to cut me a leaf out like this. I thought about getting kids to do that, but I don't know the skill level of your second graders. So now I have 2 leaves, and I'm going to leave them with a little bit of crease in them. And I'm only going to put glue on that very end so that my leaf kind of sticks up a little bit. Let me turn it over here so I have a point. And I'm going to cut this one in half instead of making a heart. And put my glue there and get my leaves on. So now the only thing I'm really missing off my picture is my roots. And this is a good way to make roots. Before I get started, I'm going to put me a dab of glue here and make me some little strings so that when I get my string cut, I can kind of manipulate them into roots. They're just going to get some of this crochet yarn, cut it, and kind of loop it, fold it. You get down here, I'm going to cut the loops out of it. And then I'm going to trim it a little. They don't have to do all this. I'm just showing you what makes it look like real roots. And then I'm going to lay it in there. Here's a good place to use a pencil so that they don't get real gluey fingers. And just separate those glue strands out and stick them in the glue they made. And now you've got a plant with roots, stem, leaves, flowers, seeds. Now what we're missing here is a sun. And over the years, I've noticed that kids want to labor over their sun, so that they just get that sun on there and keep working. Just take a piece of tissue paper, wad it up, and make a sun. Now the only thing this plant doesn't have is water. So we're going to make some water with this glue. We're just going to make some dots, and when that is hung up, they kind of run down like rain. So your kids will have a worksheet with all the labels on it, and they're going to be able to label this using that worksheet. And then we'll all put them all up together. We'll have a big flower garden. Every grade level is making this same pattern, but it's all varied. So good luck.